On.
Hi everyone, I am here with a Bible reading. I hope you're having a good day. Sherm's being a little brat today.
I don't think I had a headache and I don't feel good. Let me alone.
See what I mean? Brat.
Well, you're a brat.
Brat. Today we're going to be continuing on Holy Week. Tomorrow's Good Friday, guys. Today we're going to be reading Luke chapter 9, verse 28 through 50, Psalm 73, and Proverbs chapter 12, verse 10. We'll be reading in the New International Version. If you're reading in the Old Testament today, following along with Bible Gateway, you'll be in Deuteronomy. Okay, so let's get started here in Luke. Well, let's see what we'll be talking about in Luke today. We'll be talking about the transfiguration of Jesus. Jesus heals a demon-possessed boy. Jesus predicts his death a second time. And then that's where we stop with Luke today. The demon-possessed boy that Jesus heals is the one that his disciples tried to get the demon out of, but they were not able to. You'll find out why here in just a little bit. Alright, so let's get started here with Luke. About 8 days after Jesus said this, he took Peter, John, and James. Those are the ones he always took, it seemed. It always says he took Peter, John, and James. Whenever it says he took certain ones. It's always those three. With him, and went up onto a mountain to pray. As he was praying, the appearance of his face changed, and his clothes became as bright as a flash of lightning. 2 men, Moses and Elijah, appeared in glorious splendor, talking with Jesus. They spoke about his departure, which he was about to bring to fulfillment at Jerusalem. Peter and his companions were very sleepy. I don't think Peter and John and James even really paid attention to what Jesus, Elijah, and Moses were saying to one another. I think they were just standing there awestruck at what they were seeing. You know, they wasn't even paying attention to the words. They were just like, you know, what are we seeing? Oh my, I can't believe what my eyes are seeing. You know, how you're just like frozen in shock. Peter and his companions were very sleepy, but when they became fully awake, they saw his glory and the 2 men standing with him. As the men were leaving Jesus, Peter said to him, "Master, it is good for us to be here. Let us put up 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." He did not know what he was saying because he was scared. He didn't realize what he was saying. While he was speaking, a cloud appeared over them, and they were afraid as they entered the cloud. That would be God in that cloud. A voice came from the cloud saying, "This is my son, whom I have chosen. Listen to him." When the voice had spoken, they found that Jesus was alone. The disciples kept this to themselves and did not tell anyone at that time what they had seen. More than likely, they wouldn't have been believed anyway. Just like it wasn't believed that when Jesus was resurrected, that he was resurrected. When the girls went back and said, you know, that Jesus wasn't in the tomb, he was resurrected, and he's going to meet them in Galilee, 2 of them ran to the tomb. Peter was one, 2 of them ran there. The others didn't believe it. And Thomas said he wouldn't believe it till he saw Jesus himself and put his hands in his wounds. The only way he would believe it. Well, Jesus appeared to them when Thomas was there. Jesus appeared to them many times, many times. He was on earth appearing to them 40 days before he ascended into heaven. But he made sure Thomas was there. And he told Thomas, go ahead, put your hand here and here. Put them in my wounds, so you'll know it is me, that it's real. Some people don't believe unless they see it themselves. Jesus says, blessed are those who believe without seeing, without having to see first. Now let's get into Jesus heals a demon-possessed boy, and you'll see why the disciples could not drive it out. The next day, when they came down from the mountain, a large crowd met him. A man in the crowd called out, Teacher, I beg you to look at my son, for he is my only child. A spirit seizes him, and he suddenly screams. It throws him into convulsions, so that he foams at the mouth. It scarcely ever leaves him, and is destroying him. I begged your disciples to drive it out, but they could not. You unbelieving and perverse generation, Jesus replied, how long shall I stay with you and put up with you? Bring your son here. Even while the boy was coming, the demon threw him to the ground in a convulsion. But Jesus rebuked the impure spirit, healed the boy, and gave him back to his father. And they were all amazed at the greatness of God. While everyone was marveling at all Jesus did, he said to his disciples, listen carefully to what I am about to tell you. Does it say here? Give me a second. I'll make sure this is the book, because some books go into more detail than others. This one might not tell why they couldn't get the spirit out. I don't think it says in this book, but their faith wasn't strong enough to drive out that demon. That was the demon, that kind of demon you could only get out by a lot of prayer and stuff. That demon that was in that boy. You could only get that one out by a lot of prayer and stuff. And of course Jesus could get it out because without doing that, because he's Jesus. The demons all bow down to Jesus. But that's why they couldn't get that demon out. It was different than the others. It was stronger than they were used to getting out. It says that in another book. Okay, so now let's go on to Jesus predicts his death a second time. And the disciples still don't really understand what he's talking about. When he tries to tell them this, I just think part of it is they just don't want to comprehend and they don't want to believe that that's what he's trying to say. They don't want to believe or even think that that's going to happen. While everyone was marveling at all that Jesus did, he said to his disciples, listen carefully to what I am about to tell you. The Son of Man is going to be delivered into the hands of men. But they did not understand what this meant. It was hidden from them, so that they did not grasp it, and they were afraid to ask him about it. An argument started among the disciples as to which of them would be the greatest. This isn't the first time. Remember the sons of Zebedee. Fighting, having their mother ask One to sit on the right, one to sit on the left. And them arguing about that. Always worrying about who's going to be the greatest. Jesus, knowing their thoughts, took a little child and had him stand beside them. Had him stand beside him. Then he said to them, "Whoever welcomes this little child in my name welcomes me. And whoever welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me, God. For it is the one who is least among you all who is the greatest." "Master," said John, "we saw someone driving out demons in your name, and we tried to stop him because he is not one of us." "Do not stop him," Jesus said, "for whoever is not against you is for you." Hey, if they're out there driving out demons, let them be out there driving out demons. That means they're on God's side, not the devil's. That's what Jesus is trying to tell them. They're on our side. They're against Satan if they're trying to take out the demons. They're on our side. Don't stop them. Let them be. They're doing good. No, don't try to stop them. By trying to stop them, they may feel bad and feel offended by the way they're being treated by a fellow Christian for doing what they do, and they may turn the other way. You know, they may turn bad. Okay, so that's where we're going to stop with Luke today. And today our psalm is Psalm 73. This is book 3 of the Psalms, which covers Psalm 73 through Psalm 89. And the first one, Psalm 73, we're reading today, and it is a psalm of Asaph. Surely God is good to Israel, to those who are pure in heart. But as for me, my feet had almost slipped. I had nearly lost my foothold, for I envied the arrogant when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. They have no struggles. Their bodies are healthy and strong. They are free from common human burdens. They are not plagued by human ills. Therefore pride is their necklace. They clothe themselves with violence. From their callous hearts comes iniquity. Their evil imaginations have no limits. They scoff and speak with malice. With arrogance they threaten oppression. Their mouths lay claim to heaven, and their tongues take possession of the earth. Therefore their people turn to them and drink up waters in abundance. They say, "How would God know? Does the Most High know anything?" How dare they say those words? This is what the wicked are like, always free of care. They go on amassing wealth. Surely in vain I have kept my heart pure, and have washed my hands in innocence. All day long I have been afflicted, and every morning brings new punishments. If I had spoken out like that, I would have betrayed your children. When I tried to understand all this, it troubled me deeply, till I entered the sanctuary of God. Then I understood their final destiny. Surely you placed them on a slippery ground. You cast them down to ruin. How suddenly are they destroyed, completely swept away by terrors. They are like a dream when one awakes. When you arise, Lord, you would despise them as fantasies. When my heart was grieved and my spirit embittered, I was senseless and ignorant. I was a brute beast before you, yet I am always with you. You hold me by my right hand. You guide me with your counsel, and afterward you will take me into glory. Whom have I in heaven but you? And earth has nothing I desire besides you. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Those who are far from you will perish. You destroy all who are unfaithful to you. But as for me, it is good to be near God. I have made the sovereign Lord my refuge. I will tell of all your deeds. Amen. And that was Psalm 73, a psalm of Asaph. And ending today's Bible reading is Proverbs chapter 12, verse 10. The righteous care for the needs of their animals, but the kindest acts of the wicked are cruel. The righteous care for the needs of their animals, but the kindest acts of the wicked are cruel. Alright guys, let me go over the prayer requests. Please keep the following people in prayer: Rhonda Karshner, Sherm, Layla, Layla's son Emil. Please pray for him for an unspoken prayer request right now. Elizabeth Jeffries, Judy Thompson, Jimmy Myers, Cindy Welsh, Dora Carper, Joyce Light, Latham Burns, Abby Myers, Donna Dunlap and family, Garnet Boyer and Jim Mitchell, Ramona Henry, and Abby's friend Lauren. Okay. That is the list, the prayer list. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, we'll see you guys again tomorrow on Good Friday with another Bible reading. Don't forget, today's April Fool's Day. Be prepared. Be prepared. People will be out to get you today. April Fool's Day. I haven't got Sherm yet. Bye guys. God bless.